Today I'm going to show you how to blink an LED on the Pi Pico W. This is the Pico that comes with the Wi-Fi module. So we're able to connect to the internet, and what we see here is a web page that is actually running on this device right here. And once you go to the IP address, you're able to turn off and on the LED, and you can create a simple web page. So I'm going to show you how to load the firmware for this device using ZeptoForth, and that'll be what this covers. In addition, we can also run HTTP requests using the Pi Pico W and ZeptoForth. So I'm just going to send it a small test, and we're basically just going to load this test file that comes included with ZeptoForth. And you can see right here that we're searching for an IPv4 address. And basically what this does is it pulls the Google homepage, which contains a bunch of HTML. And that's what you're seeing right here. So basically we can do HTTP requests on the Pi Pico W using ZeptoForth, and I'll show you how to do that in this video. To get started, we're going to come to this GitHub page by Travis Bayman. He's the author of ZeptoForth. So you can come here and get a copy of the latest version, 1.3.1. If you're on Windows, you can still download this file, and I'm going to show you how to install it for Windows and Linux. So the next thing you want to do is you want to download Zeptocom.js. So you can click on Code, download zip. And after that, you can come to this site or this repository that I created, and I'll link it below. But it contains two files that are basically the Wi-Fi drivers, and these two files are actually created, if you are using Linux, they're created by this script. So I've simplified it and just kind of included it, and that way it's a little bit easier to install on Windows. But if you want to build or generate those two .fs files yourself, you can basically run this, get into this file, and you can run it, and it will generate those two files. Or you can just download this. So you can go to Codes and download zip. So if you are on Linux, you can basically come to this right here, and it will tell you how to use this script right here, which will do all the work. And you can use this right here to build the drivers. So once you have that, I'll cover how to install ZeptoForth and the Wi-Fi drivers. I'm going to give you 3 ways to reset the device in case something happens, in case you get an error. Right now I'm connected to ZeptoForth, and you can see that by the OK prompt. I'm connected using Terraterm to restore the device. You can type in restore-state, and it will reboot the device. You can hear the Windows noise. It'll take a minute to reset, and once it does, we can see that we've reset the device. So basically what we've done is we've erased all those words, all that Wi-Fi firmware stuff. So we just have basically pure ZeptoForth version 1.3.0.1. That's all we have. So from here, we can actually re-upload the files using Zeptocom.js, or you can do whatever. So that's one way to restore the device, is use Terraterm. Next way to restore the device is to use Zeptocom.js. What you do is type in restore state over here, and you can actually come up to connect, and you can connect to the device. It will say, it should say down here if you're disconnected or connected. And what you can do is you can click send and it will do the same thing. So that's two ways. The third way is if you want to completely remove ZeptoForth. I've included the flash nuke.uf2. So to do this, you hold down the boot select button on the Pi Pico W. And while you're doing that, you plug in the USB cable. So that will mount it, and what you can do is you can drag and drop this file over. And this will completely erase ZeptoForth. And it should come back up. There we go. So now we're ready to re-upload ZeptoForth, or we can do whatever with the device. So that's 3 ways to reset the device. Now we should have 3 files downloaded. What you're going to do on this file is you're going to right click on it. You're going to use 7-zip. If you don't have it, I recommend installing 7-zip. You're going to select extract to, and it's going to extract the folder to the current directory. You're going to double click on it, and then you're going to right click on it, and you're going to select 7-zip again, and you're going to select open archive. And these are the files that we want. So I'm going to go back in the directory. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this file to a folder I created on my desktop, which is called ZeptoStuff. So I created a folder called ZeptoStuff, and I'm going to send it there. You will see a few errors. These have to do with the Python files that are in there. You can just ignore it. Click close. And you should have, in this case, in my folder ZeptoStuff, I have this folder, which contains all the files for ZeptoForth. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to we're going to click on the Zeptocom.js zip file, and we're just going to click this, and I'm going to drag it over into my ZeptoStuff folder. So it should look like this. And these are the files that we need to connect to the Pi Pico W. So after that, we're going to open up this zip file. And these are the 3 files that I was talking about earlier. Flash_nuke is how you reset your device if you mess up along the way, and our 2.fs files. So I'm just going to click these 3, and I'm going to drag them into the folder like this. So next, I'm going to show you how to use Zeptocom.js to connect to the Pi Pico W, and we're going to upload this file and this file we're going to upload the 2 Wi-Fi drivers to the Pi Pico W. Next, we're going to select the .uf2 file. So click on ZeptoForth, go into the bin folder, select rp2040_big. And what you're going to select is the full USB, and make sure that it has .uf2 at the end. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on the Pi Pico W, I'm going to hold down the boot select button. And while I'm holding it down, I'm going to plug in the USB cable. So that will mount it'll mount the file system on there. So all we need to do is drag and drop this file on there. And it'll take a second. but should just copy over. And in a second, we should have ZeptoForth loaded on the Pi Pico W. So there we go. We can actually check this with TerraTerm. So let me get that pulled over. And there we go. So that's how you load ZeptoForth onto the Pi Pico W. The next thing we have is we want to upload the Wi-Fi drivers so that we can do HTTP requests and stuff like that. Real quick, I'm going to show you how to blink an LED using ZeptoForth. This is how I have it connected currently. I've got it connected to pin 0. And right here I have my camera pointed to the Pi Pico W, and I'm connected by TerraTerm. So to blink an LED or to turn it on and off, you just need to type in pin and import to import the pin library. Next, we're going to set this as an output. So type in output pin. It will set it as an output. So next, what we need to do is we can set it high or low. So that will turn it high, which is on, and low will turn it off. So that's pretty simple on how to blink or turn off and on an LED. Next, we're going to upload the Wi-Fi firmware. So for this, we're going to use Zeptocom.js. So get in this folder, and you're going to type in cmd to bring up a command prompt, and make sure that you have Python 3 installed and that it's added to your path. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to open a local server. So we're serving it on the local port right here. So basically just type that into your web host or web browser, and it will bring up this page right here. So all you need to do is click on this HTML file to bring up Zeptocom. So using this, we can connect to the Pi Pico W, which has ZeptoForth currently on it. We can click connect, and as you can see, it's detected a USB serial device. So we can click on connect. And if you click on connect and it doesn't do anything, I've had to do this maybe 2 times to get it to work. So I'm not sure if that's a bug. It's kind of hit or miss using this. But if it kind of freezes on you, just click connect again at least 2 times, or you may try like unplugging your Pi Pico W, and it should, go through. So in this case, I had to do it again, but I'll stop the video once I get it connected. Okay, I got it connected. All I had to do was unplug it and replug it back in. I clicked on connect, and this welcome prompt came back or showed up on the screen. So we know we're connected. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and we're going to send some files to the Pi Pico W. These are the files that I showed you before. And it's important that you do it in the right order. So you're going to upload this file first. It's the biggest file. And you'll see in a moment that it's going to send the firmware over. And this process will probably take about 2 to 3 minutes. It's a very large file. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes and the file completed. So what we're going to do next is we're going to send another file. So all you do is click send file, and you're going to send this file next. And it's not as long, so it'll take, a few seconds. And once this is uploaded to the Pi Pico W, you're going to click on this reboot. It's very important that you do this, and it's just going to disconnect it and reboot the device. So we're going to come up here and we're going to reconnect to the Pi Pico W. And you can see that we're now reconnected. So in the next part, I'm going to show you how to upload the Wi-Fi words, I guess, and we can test out some examples. To upload the Wi-Fi words, we're going to send another file over. Make sure that you're in this folder right here. You're going to come to Extra, and you're going to select Pi W Net All. So select that file, click on Open, and it will send over those Wi-Fi words. So this will allow us to basically run requests and set up that HTML page that will toggle the LED on and off. And this also will take a minute or two. So I'm going to actually pause the video. Okay, once that's done, you're going to reboot the device again. But if for some reason you got an error, what you need to do is set the working directory. And what you want to set the working directory as is this folder right here. So once it's selected, just click on Select Folder and try to upload that file again, and it should go for you. So there's all these kind of little hiccups when you're doing this. So that's kind of why I put together this tutorial. But after you've uploaded these words, you're going to click on Reboot. And it should come back up. And in the next part, I'm going to show you the examples. Okay, I've rebooted the device. So now comes the fun part. We're going to click on Send File. We're going to go back to this directory right here. And you're going to click on Test RP2040. And these are the examples that you can play around with. Anything that says Pi or Pico W is something that you can play around with. In this case, I'm going to select this one. We're going to click Open. And it's actually going to give you a hint on how to use this up here. If you read the file, to scroll up here quite a ways to find it. So here we go. So basically it says you need to get your Wi-Fi SSID. And let me scroll up again. So it's a good idea to copy and paste this. And what you're going to do is you're going to basically fill this out yourself. So, if you have like a router that's called, Linksys or whatever, that'll be kind of your Wi-Fi name. And you're going to put in your router password. So, whatever your router name and password is. So you're going to put that in there. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on Send. And this will actually set up that server that I showed you at the very beginning of the video. So I'm not going to actually show you what my router name and password is, but if you run this, it should be able to see that web page. And all you have to do to bring it up is you have to just type in localhost, and you just have to basically put in port 80, and it'll take you right there. So that's how you do that example. And I'll show you how to do the other example. With these examples, if you want to erase these words, all you need to do is just kind of unplug your device and plug it back in, and it will forget those words that we just uploaded. The reason you want to do this is there's very limited space on this device since we've loaded it with all these with the Wi-Fi drivers and all these words. So you can only upload maybe 1 or 2 of these examples before you start to run out of memory. So what we can do is we can reconnect to the device and we can upload another file. So let's go down to the download one, which I showed at the beginning of this video. It's actually this file right here, and it works similar to the other one. So you're going to give your SSID and password, and you're going to run this word Pico W net. And then you're going to run this over here. So it's not much of a difference. Let me just copy that. So instead of that, you're going to run this. And let me copy this over. And once you have that, you can click on send, and it should send a request to Google and pull down the homepage. So if you like this video, if you have any questions, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think.